I think I'm live now, guys. Very good afternoon. I think we are live. Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. The topic for today is Q1FY25 results, which we have started to see now from last couple of days, where a lot of results of IT companies started to come in. Uh, Today, yesterday, and day before. And today also I announced in the community that the different thing would be that we will be live for all the audience, including our subscribers, non-subscribers, as part of our Zoom meeting. So Zoom meeting link will be shared in the community in the next 10-15 minutes, and you can plan to join at 1:25 or maybe earlier, depending on the traction. And the YouTube, as I've been doing, earlier as well. The purpose of YouTube is always to kind of see that if the people who are joining, who are not from our community, who do not have access to our Zoom links, in case they wish to join, they exactly can ask in this same forum, and we take their questions live, right? So week has been good. Markets have been, I think, treating us in a zone where they are very unclear. Markets are very unclear whether they want to go up or go down. And I think during the day, we see a lot of volatility where any kind of sharp correction intraday, when we see that the structure is getting now, there's a weakening in the structure, but then suddenly a pullback will come, right, in the indexes. One day, say IT is moving, then the Reliance of the worlds would kind of not be are not moving. So kind of the index is being managed there, and then the next day, of course, I mean the day before, when you see IT and FMCG not moving, then the corresponding partners in the financial services, oil and gas are kind of doing the job for the index. So, very kind of, there's no clear one-way move in the markets. And good thing for us is that the small cases are fairly doing all right. The reason being, the focus is not very heavy on large cap as of now. We anyhow had limited exposure to large cap. There are only few small cases where exposure is slightly higher. But other than that, if you look at our most common strategies out there, be it momentum, be it alpha, the exposure is more towards mid and small. And the good news is that the June numbers of MF has also come out now, which clearly shows a sign that there is still a very high level of retail participation. The inflows of SIP has further increased, and for the same reasoning, if you look at the funds which stopped taking new subscriptions, right, new investments in the small cap category, from the fund house perspective, have again resumed to take new inflows. That's a good sign. Uh, Also, what क्या होता है when markets are already at peak, right, in terms of their overall index number, to maintain that peak, to maintain that level itself, you need a lot of inflow of money. Otherwise, वो हम अपने पैटर्न में भी देख रहे हैं, हमारे पास भी every day a new lot of subscribers are getting added. We see a lot of new people being added every single day. I mean, if you ask me last 13 days of our kind of small case journey, I think we have recorded our highest ever inflow in terms of the users any month. I mean, of course, when we launched in November and when we went live in December month, when we were for 1 month in the system, and we became public on small case. I think January was the one which was the peak for us, because everybody was trying to find out what is Gulfi doing. We were trending on number one in 1 month returns and all of that, right? And then, of course, we were building business as usual. BAU was going, but now we see in July again that we were again trending in most subscribed. The inflow in terms of the capital from retail, from all of you, the subscriptions is at their peak. And the same time, I think it's exactly what is happening in the industry. And that is why, I was saying that to maintain this number itself, the new inflow is not enough, because even though we are getting new inflow, which is a sign that, say, a small reflection of what is happening in the wider world, we also see a lot of outflow. we see a lot of people who say have finished their subscriptions are either jumping to say other strategies, or um, they say they want to kind of sit on the sidelines, because in our community we see a lot of people discussing about market कब गिरेगा हम तब एंटर करेंगे, market कब गिरेगा हम तब एंटर करेंगे. The lot of calls I do every other day, there's a similar thing happening where everybody is saying सर बहुत बढ़ गया है मार्केट, कुछ थोड़ा सा गिरने के बाद ही we will enter. Again, I mean, at the cost of repetition, I'll again say the same thing that मैं live हूँ ना, let me just check. Yeah, at the cost of repetition, I'll say that, and let me see if my mic is properly being taken from. Oh God, I think it is not taking the right one, which is a very bad thing. 1 second. I'm not sure if feedback, but let me just see if I can fix up my mic. And I couldn't really ask anyone because I was in a flow of. Yeah, I think now I have fixed my mic. I'm sure this is now much better. And in the flow of conversation, I did not realize that it was reading it from my laptop and not from my headset now. It's very funny that I was wearing a headset and not really using it. Uh, so having said that, so the whole point I was saying, looking at what we look at our data, right, in terms of everyday what is going on in our side of the world, which is kind of a reflection of what is happening in the wider industry, because we also now say have a sizable size of investors with us. So I see that a lot of people who are joining new, and that is on the peak in terms of our average. And at the same time, a lot of people are moving out, so they are exiting. So the reason why markets are at the level they are, and why a lot of inflow is still needed to maintain that momentum is because there are people who are sitting on sidelines. There are people who are exiting markets, thinking it is too, high to kind of now kind of remain in the system. I will repeat, as I said, at the cost of repetition, I'll say that if you sit on the sidelines, I don't think you can ever be in the game. I mean, once the game is, I think you have to be in the game, right, to kind of be part of the system. You can always, liquidate some of your kind of investments when they are peaking out in terms of their returns, or say make sure that your overall asset allocation is not compromised in terms of you are not very heavily skewed towards say equity, because your equity portfolio has gone up and your debt portfolio is growing at its own sweet space rate, right? Therefore, your equity and your debt asset allocation would have been skewed now because you made a lot of money on equity side. To bring it back to the right asset allocation, you can always say kind of be a little bit lighter on that side and book some profit so that your asset allocation is back to what is intended for you. However, the thought process where people do say that we want to completely sit on timelines because they are somehow trying to time the market. I have never seen that working, and I don't think it will work. That you being in the retail side of investments where you're not doing it full time, you are doing your full time job and doing it as a as a one of your project, as a passion project for few people who are active in the market. So sometimes it is just a kind of your investments, right? And in that case, I don't think you need to be staying away from market. You need to be in the market, whether it is 60%, 70%, or whatever you call it, right? In that capacity. So मैं एक बार YouTube पे आता हूँ. So I think now the voice I'm sure should be much cleaner now compared to before. And let me see if oh, I was all missing this chat and I was not looking. Yeah, okay, so Robin, white t-shirt is looking nice. You're audible from the start, which is good. I'm sure, Dave, this is better now in terms of the quality. Otherwise, this 4,000 rupees which I have spent on my mic will not be worth. So you have to tell me that this is a better audio now. But jokes apart, thank you. Hi, Ria. Hi, Naeem. Naeem is saying, hi, sir, how are you? I hope you're doing good, but please check the balance basket is not working. Balance Basket is working, Naeem. Balance Basket is, of course, the last of our kind of, the laggard in our overall composition. And we expected it to balance it out, the alpha blend, but it instead of balancing it out, it has really been pulling it down if you think about that combination. So I totally understand. However, if you look at the latest rebalance, right, as part of Balance Basket, um, I think the future is bright, as I keep saying. It has started to move. Of course, it had a very kind of tough time. The whole idea was people used to ask us, okay, tell us the combination of weekly and monthly. So Alpha Blend and Balance Basket became a very strong combination. But I didn't expect that Balance Basket, because it was a three-factor kind of small case. I didn't expect that it will rather it of course it the idea was to hedge, right, the volatility part, because the idea was to have a lowest of volatility in balance basket. But of course it didn't really do justice to that. It rather pulled it down because of the kind of drawdowns, and therefore I understand your concerns, Naeem, but I am very sure that the future is very bright there as well. Good afternoon, Robin. Swapnil, good afternoon. um, um, Voice is clear. Have not received Zoom over WhatsApp group. You should receive in the next 5-7 minutes, I am sure, so that we can. Because the whole idea is as soon as the link gets shared, people to join on Zoom, and I lose the kind of connect with the YouTube audience. So today again, as a reminder, today Zoom link is also being made available on. Say YouTube now. So let me do that honest, right? Let me share the Zoom link uh, over this YouTube itself, so that you can join directly from here. But I think don't join it immediately. It unnecessarily will add confusion. At least give another 5 minutes. Hi Rahul, how are you?
Hey.
Thanks for tuning in. तो कम्युनिटी में भी भेज देते हैं, बट यूट्यूब पे भी भेज देंगे. आज का ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि आई थिंक एनी हाउ यू नो दैट वेंसडे एंड सैटरडे आई स्पीक टू ऑल ऑफ आवर सब्सक्राइबर्स इन अ प्राइवेट जूम मीटिंग. आज का हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव था कि थोड़ा सबसे बात की जाए, विच मीन्स दैट आप अपनी फ्रेंड्स फैमिली दोस्तों को भी लिंक शेयर कर दीजिए सो दैट दे कैन ऑल्सो ज्वाइन. We will not record the meeting, or we'll record the meeting depending on whatever देवर्षि सिंह वर्किंग ऑन सैटरडेज ऑफिस. अच्छा, आप मुझसे बोल रहे हो या मुझसे पूछ रहे हो? या आप बोल काम कर रहे हो? मैं तो आता ही हूँ यार, मंडे टू सैटरडे इज वर्किंग, सो दैट वे इन ऑफिस ओनली. जस्ट दैट थोड़ा सा शांति है पीछे, अगर आप देखोगे तो इतना सिस्टम्स में हरा लाल नहीं दिख रहा है इतना. यहाँ पे हर समय कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा होता है. lot of activity keeps happening. आज थोड़ा शांति है. The team is working. Karam is behind me. Is one of the smartest dude in the team, right? कुछ ना कुछ, he'll keep experimenting and building stuff for us, building a lot of good products around what we do. वरुण उधर बैठे आराम से कुछ मस्ती कर रहे हैं, उधर से कुछ पढ़ वढ़ रहे हैं. He is also reading. So Saturday is a time where we kind of emphasize कि सब लोग पढ़ाई करो और पढ़ो. So the whole idea is, so I keep telling teams. So yesterday we also had our quarterly kind of team event. So we went out, we had good fun. Uh, अभी जूम पे मैं आया आओगे आप लोग तो I'll show pictures. हम लोग ने मस्ती किया, पार्टी वार्टी करा. कल हम लोग शाम बाहर थे. We had an early finish of our day yesterday, and then we had out few of our interns for finishing their internship. So उनका थोड़ा facilitation था and all that था. So it was a good event yesterday. So Saturday just usually we spend time, थोड़ा पढ़ाई करते हैं सब लोग. So I encourage the entire team to keep studying, and I think that's the only way to kind of continue to grow, right? Um, अल्फा ब्लेंड रिटर्न ओवर. अरूप क्या पूछ रहे हैं, सर व्हाट अबाउट अल्फा ब्लेंड रिटर्न 5 मंथ ओवर? अरे अरूप, अल्फा ब्लेंड का तो इतना अच्छा रिटर्न है, क्या यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है मुझे बताओ. अरूप जी बोल रहे हैं लास्ट 5 मंथ अल्फा रिटर्न इतना अच्छा तो काम कर रहा है. आई डोंट नो. Karam seem to energetic like you. Yeah, he is just that he is half of my age. I think that's the only difference, maybe. If not half, maybe. But yeah, he's very young, of course, and I am not that young there. But yeah, he's super energetic, more than me. But अरूप बोल रहे हैं कि अल्फा ब्लेंड सर क्या 5 महीने हो गए, 5 महीने हो गए, बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है. कहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन है? आ जाओ जूम में बात करेंगे, देखेंगे कहाँ कंफ्यूजन है. इतना तो अच्छा कर रहा है अल्फा ब्लेंड, तो अपने पीक से भी पीक पे है, राइट? इट इज इन लाइफ टाइम हाई. सो I don't think any confusion there. Devashi is saying no charts, that is why white, all color. Yeah.
करेक्ट। ठीक है, तो अभी जूम लिंक मैंने यहाँ पे भेजा। आई थिंक आप लोग जूम लिंक पे आना शुरू कर सकते हो। यू कैन स्टार्ट ज्वाइनिंग, आई विल स्टार्ट ओपनिंग। 23 पीपल आर वाचिंग मी ऑन यूट्यूब एनीवेज, सो I will expect that those people will join Zoom, because today का Zoom is not, as I said, subscriber specific. आप अपने फैमिली को, दोस्तों को, please do invite them to today's Zoom. It's a very free flow conversation. If you have any kind of generic questions around market, where you're not asking for advisory, right, on a Zoom meeting, which I will not be able to provide. But ये Zoom meeting है to know more about you and me and the team, and जो भी आपको डिस्कस करना है। मैं just check कर रहा हूँ if the team, I think I see that मैसेज आने लगे हैं। आई थिंक आप लोगों को भी लिंक आने लगा होगा अभी। सो पर्पस हमेशा सेम रहता है। हम यूट्यूब को इसलिए लाइव कंटिन्यूसली करना चाहते हैं, बिकॉज कई बार हो रहा है कि यूट्यूब, आप हाउ डू वी कम्युनिकेट राइट विद पीपल। सो आई आई सी दैट लिंक तो चली चली गई है आई थिंक सबको। किसी को लिंक नहीं मिली है तो बताइए। लिंक शुड बी विद यू राइट, या आई वाज जस्ट चेकिंग। सो सबके पास लिंक है आई थिंक, या ओके। सो 15 people are already I see in the waiting room, which is excellent start. Let me admit them all. And right, so all of you are now in the Zoom. Wow, wow, wow. A lot of people joining, more and people joining. Nice, excellent. Four more people, 20 people, right? Great, great, great. Good, good. Bus link, I think, yeah, okay. So 15 people are already I see in the waiting room. So मुझे फैनल, जियान फैनल के जूम से ही अपनी आवाज रिपीट हो रही थी, बिकॉज आई थिंक ही वाज वाचिंग मी ओवर मे बी विद अ स्पीकर ऑन। तो मैंने उनको म्यूट किया यहाँ पे, और I'll just mute all of you here. Right. So I think a lot of people, 20 plus people already in my Zoom, and will not be able to check today. And that is not the intention today to check whether you all are gold free subscribers. But I would really like you to come forward and tell me upfront if you are not, and so that we know more about you. Uh, Try to join Zoom with your original name. I'll also change the name. Right now it's the Team Golfi. So my name is Robin. So I'll change the name of Zoom to Robin Arya. And I will also expect that you also should use your own name on your Zoom. iPhone Mohit is still okay because I know that it's Mohit. Shiva's iPhone is also okay. Utpal, Shiva Kumar, Nirupam Shah, Rohin, Debashish, Lalit, Gaurav, Raman, Mohit, Ram Bharose, Regan, right? All of them. And then oh, no more people on the waiting. Wow. सुबह मजा आता है ये थॉट से ही मुझे बहुत, आई गेट वेरी एक्साइटेड। भूषण, सुमन सिंह, अरूप रोहिदास, देवेंद्र, गई, नीनाथ, लॉट ऑफ पीपल ज्वाइनिंग। सो अभी क्या करेंगे, हम थिंक वी कैन, नीतीश का क्वेश्चन ले लेते हैं। यूट्यूब पे रीबैलेंस अपडेट आने पे कुछ स्टॉक 10% ऊपर में बाय करना पड़ता है। आप लोग रिटर्न में कौन सा कैलकुलेट करते हैं? एक कैलकुलेशन मेथड है। अगर आप स्मॉल केस की वेबसाइट पे जाओगे तो स्मॉल केस ये कहीं ना कहीं ज्यूम करता है कि नॉट एवरीबडी इज buying at the same time at a rebalance. They are buying at different time in the day. They are buying over say 2 days. So एक पूरा कैलकुलेशन मेथड दिया हुआ है कि कौन सा प्राइस दिया जाता है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने अगर उसको ऐड किया एक रात पहले तो क्लोज मिलता है या अगले दिन ओपन मिलता है। कुछ स्टॉक्स गैप डाउन खुलते हैं, कुछ गैप अप खुलते हैं। कब आप खरीदते हो तो एक एवरेज प्राइस लिया जाता है, जिसके पीछे पूरा एक मेथड है। वो मेथड हमारे भी, अगर आप कोई भी हमारा जो इनवॉइस जाता है उसमें एक टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन डॉक्यूमेंट साथ में आता है। उसमें एक लिंक है कैलकुलेशन मेथडोलॉजी वाली। अगर आप वो फॉलो करोगे तो इट्स नॉट वेरी टफ टू कंप्यूट कि कैसे कंप्यूट होता है, बट इट बेसिकली एज्यूम्स कि जो इंडेक्स आता है वो इंडेक्स विल ऑलवेज बी रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ नॉट एग्जैक्ट नो एग्जैक्ट से क्लोज एंड ओपन। तो अभी 30 प्लस पीपल आर ऑन जूम, विच इज ट्यूसडे को रीबैलेंस होगा अल्फा प्लेन, आई थिंक होगा। अभी तो लास्ट टाइम से हम 2 टाइम से स्किप कर रहे हैं, सो आई थिंक 30 में सबको ऐड कर दिया हूँ यहाँ पे। और लेट मी जस्ट देन गो गो ऑफ ऑन यूट्यूब। और वैसे यूट्यूब पे भी रह सकता है सेशन, क्योंकि लोग बाद में बोलते हैं एनी हाउ ये मीटिंग रिकॉर्डेड नहीं है, तो यूट्यूब पे लाइव रह सकते हैं। एंड दिस मीटिंग, और व्हाट इज योर वोट हेयर, एनी प्रेफरेंस, यू कैन चैट मी। कुल्फी का टेक्निकल कब लॉन्च हो रहा है, FY25 के रिजल्ट्स के बारे में बात करेंगे, ठीक है। और क्या क्या चैट आ रही है? अच्छा, मुझे कोई जना ये बता सकता है व्हाट इज योर ओवरऑल कंसेंसस, कि हम लोग अभी यूट्यूब स्टॉप करें, या यू आर ओके फॉर यू टू बी, बिकॉज योर कॉन्वर्सेशंस व्हेन यू स्टार्ट आस्किंग क्वेश्चंस। लास्ट टाइम हमने क्या फॉर्मेट यूज किया था? वी रिकॉर्डेड दिस वीडियो, and then of course when you record, you are sometimes conscious of what you speak, which you should anyhow be, but then we had to record because anyhow it's good to record, so that if the conversation is within the boundaries of the conversation also. हमने उसको शेयर नहीं किया है, बट वो हम अब सोच रहे हैं कि आपकी स्मॉल केज ऐप पर देयर इज एन ऑप्शन फॉर मैनेजर अपडेट्स, राइट? सो वहाँ पे वो मैनेजर अपडेट्स हम के फॉर्म में वो यूट्यूब वीडियो, आई मीन द वीडियो विल बी कमिंग। लास्ट 5 मंथ रिटर्न अरूप को 5% है, एक बार देख लेते हैं अरूप, आपके साथ ही देख लेंगे। ठीक है, ठीक है। सो जूम को हम स्टॉप करते, लाइव यूट्यूब स्टॉप कर देते, देन विल टॉक ओनली ऑन जूम। ऑलराइट, यूट्यूब ऑडियंस, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ट्यूनिंग इन, एंड इन केस you have missed to join, you can you already have the link on the comment section which I'll post right now, and you can join later also this meeting। इसको भी देख लेते हैं अभी, ठीक है। यहाँ पे सारे हो गए, राइट? ओके, सो आई जस्ट पुट दिस कमेंट अगेन एज अ लिव मीटिंग। चलिए, हो गया।